unvarnished Chicago scene, downtown Chicago at the Urbanspace Food Hall. I'm going to check out a husband and wife business, just started up in September in this particular food hall, modern Indian food at Bhoomi, with the owner, Jiggs. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely, and you co-own the space, Bhoomi, with your wife, who's kind of right behind you there, correct?
With my superior half right there, Sakhu. Absolutely.
So before we started talking off camera here, you mentioned, and something that I'd never really put two and two together for some reason, being half Mexican, but there's a lot of similarities between Mexican food and Indian food, and you talk to some people, they might be intimidated by Indian food because they just don't know it, but when you put in the similarities of Mexican food, all of a sudden it makes things completely just more clear on the entire concept, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And this is one of my favorite subjects to really speak to. I mean, the similarities between the Mexican food culture and the Indian food culture are extraordinary. I mean, obviously, they enjoy a lot of the vegetation is very similar, same latitude and so on and so forth, but just the foundational ingredients of what makes Mexican food and Indian food its own are actually overlapping. So for example, you talk about cumin as being a fundamental spice in Mexican cooking, and obviously it's like the number one spice when you think of when it comes to Indian food.
Right.
And when we
but even cilantro even.
Oh, absolutely. Move on to the herbs and fresh cilantro, complete overlap. Rice and beans, staple for hundreds of millions of people in both of these countries.
Even mango.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Like, it's just incredible. I never
exactly.
Even
Peppers. Peppers is the core at what's integrated into all seasonings, all cookings, all flavorings, all sauces. The whole idea of a complex sauce like a mole, is the same thing where you have complex sauces in India, like the curries. Curries and moles are the same thing, right. Made roasted, slow cooked over hours and hours. Just unbelievable similarities. Fresh cheeses. We don't do aged cheeses, nor does the Mexican culture. Unbelievable. It's the one cuisine that I would actually be able to peg Indian food to closest.
Right, and one of those real similar food options is the Phulka Roti, and that's something that you were showing me how you did it from scratch, but the Phulka Roti, it looks like a tortilla when you put it on there and you warm it up and you have this beautiful explosion of steam that rises the I don't even know what it's called properly.
Absolutely, I know, but you're spot on, Tom. I mean, it's beautifully said, and that's exactly right. The Phulka Roti, the word Phulka literally means swollen or balloon, and that's what happens when we finish so we hand make every single Phulka Roti. We put it through our little customized machine that actually forms it into discs. We form the dough ourselves with organic whole wheat flour, and then we actually cook it over a flat top and finish every single Phulka Roti over a live fire. And when that fire comes in contact with the dough, the steam that resides in the dough itself allows it to just separate and balloon up. So every Phulka Roti balloons into this beautiful round sphere, so to speak, before, of course, we deflate it just to,
put a little butter on it, and then you put the protein in there, or that cheese that you have steak, salmon, chicken, and then that specific cheese. Talk about how that's very unique for you guys.
Sure. So sourcing was a big part of what we wanted to do with Bhoomi. It's truly an elevated kebab concept. So we wanted to source only the cleanest, purest ingredients known to the land. So for paneer cheese, we wanted to make our own, which we weren't allowed to in a food hall because of the regulations around being a fromagerie and a cheesemaker inside a shared kitchen. So we ended up finding, thank goodness, an amazing creamery out of California, the only organic paneer maker in the whole country, called Such Foods. And we formed this partnership with them. They're not in the local Chicago market, so we reached out to them directly and are able to get their food flown in overnighted twice a week to come in fresh paneer cheese into Bhoomi.
And then you have these wonderful toppings that are all fresh. You do them right here in house. And you add it to the different proteins that are available for the Phulka Roti, and that is one of your most unique dishes. But I had the fortunate pleasure of talking to your lovely wife, who is right over here. I wanted to introduce you just because you showed me something that was very unique. But first, tell everybody your name.
Jiggs Karla.
And thank you for showing me the lamb burger. It's something I've never seen before in my life, and you made it right for me. Tell me what makes it so unique and different that you do here at Bhoomi.
Absolutely. First of all, lamb burgers are not so, commonplace. We all love our beef burger when we love it to death, but this is unique. We do a grass-fed lamb patty, third of a pound. So it's a nice sizable size. And then we start with that. We mix it up with all our house-made spice mix. That's Indian spices.
Right, and you even told me something that's very unique, at least for a Chicago guy growing up on the South Side. You put mint in the burger, which is something I've never heard before.
Absolutely. We put freshly chopped mint leaves. Again, everything is cut freshly chopped in-house. So it's, brings in this amazing freshness into the patty itself. So that's what we do. And then we, just grill it like a regular burger is grilled, or burger patty is grilled. And then we use a brioche bun, which is super buttery and delicious, fresh. And we add our other fixins, and just make it super amazing.
Including the avocado with the brioche bun. It gives it that creaminess that maybe some people might be like, wow, there's no cheese on it? You don't need cheese on it because of the beautiful brioche bun and the butter and the avocado. It really kind of complements it. And then you put those signature seeds on there. What are those?
Nigella seeds? Yeah, those bring in like the little nuttiness, little, crunchiness. And then we put some cabbage slaw, which it's like a signature thing that we put on everything. And again, like you said, the whole point of avocado is to bring in that creaminess. Also, everything that we do at Bhoomi has, it all comes around to, it has to be super fresh, it has to be super healthy, it has to be sourced well, and it has to be delicious. And that's where the avocado comes in, right? Like,
absolutely, you can't go wrong with avocado. And again, one more reason or one more example of how Mexican food and Indian food kind of coexist in this realm where very similar foods, and I can't wait to try it.
And amazingly enough, like Sukhu and my two favorite fruits in the whole world are mangoes and avocados. Right. And avocados, shamelessly, we have stolen from the Mexican food culture. There are no avocados that were native to the Indian, agro industry. But it's just the greatest fruit alongside mango I've ever tasted. Both, stone fruits.
And when, so for people who are wondering your story, when did you guys open this specific spot here?
Oh, we're like 4 months old. We started end of September, and we've received a lot of love. We're really thankful for that. A lot of people walk in and are a little intimidated by Indian food that haven't tried Indian food. But once they try it, they see how, it is not just, it just doesn't bear you down. The freshness of the food just outshines.
And it's light fare. It's not all full of, the typical, a greasy meal where you just feel completely wiped out at the end of it. This is very light, airy, and fresh, which is huge.
And that's been, the concept that people are used to about Indian food, that it's going to be so heavy. Maybe I'll have it for dinner, and maybe I will have it when I have a lot of time when I can just go for a nap, right? That's not that's not what people go out eating our food thinking or feeling. Nobody feels like over, full, or like, obviously everybody feels satiated, but they don't feel like, oh my God, this is really bringing me down. I cannot work after this. So, yeah, and it's perfect for evenings as well. So it's not like, one time of the day you can have it or the other time. It's just perfect for all times, according to me.
For people who want more information about your restaurant, what's the best way for them, besides coming to the food hall here, what's the best way for them to learn about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously our website, Eat Bhoomi, simple as that, is out there. You can always email us at orders@eatbhoomi, and we're happy to engage you for anything you want. And Sukhu, if you want to talk about our social media, because really drive that there.
Right. I mean, follow us on Instagram at Eat Bhoomi, EATBHOOMI. And we do delivery as well. So, if you're feeling it's like super chilly out, you don't want to step out of your house, just get it delivered. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Talk. Yeah, we're on Talk as well.
Yeah,
we have special menus actually curated for Talk. And of course, chow now through our website.
Yeah, so the one thing we will add is we're pulling out all the stops for Valentine's Day. Oh, yeah. We're actually going to be creating an extraordinary rice dish. This is one of the most popular dishes coming out of India, the biryani.
And extravagant.
Very extravagant, and we're going to.
Well, I like extravagant for Valentine's. Why not, right?
Right. So it'll come in its own earthenware. We're going to have a vegetarian option, which with some over-the-top extravagant mushrooms, and we're going to have a meat option that'll feature and have the option of actually doing goat meat. Again, a nod to Mexican culture
Yeah, for
overlap
sure.
right there.
So they can go on the website or follow you guys on social media for all of that. Thank you very much to the both of you. Much success in 2022. Absolutely. Thank you again.
Thank you, Tom.
Absolutely. All right, so there they are. That's their story. TBARNAS at WGNTV.com. That's T-Barnas at WGNTV.com. Come on, check out Bhoomi, modern Indian food right here in the heart of downtown Chicago. There's the two lovebirds.